You're watching RANM, RBG TV.
Peace, love, and all, family. You already know it's your brother Dawood Abdullah, RANM, coming at you live one more time with a quick little thought on my mind. Peace and love to all. Black love, you already know, is the cure for the Black Nation, family. So let's get it. Alright? Well, you already know today is July 4th. Something called Independence Day, all that good stuff. Before I get into that, I'm going to say it just like this. If you have not pledged your allegiance to the Black African family, everything that I'm about to say right now is going to go over above your head. It's going to confuse you. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Like I said, today, you already know, it's Independence Day, American Independence Day for the USA, all that good stuff, whatever they call it. But when it comes to dealing with our people, Black African people here in the West, right? What does this day have to do with us? Not a thing. Not a thing. I repeat, not a thing. We have to be able to face and acknowledge historical fact for what it is, embrace it, learn the mistakes from it, apply the positives from it, and move on as a people. If we don't do those steps right there, we're going to be lost in the soils forever and ever until we finally get it right. Now, on this very day, 238 years ago, right, the Great Divide came from England and the 13 colonies, which eventually became the United States of America. The reason why the whole 13 colonies in the United States of America was established in the first place was to get away from the persecution and ridicule of the powers that be over in England, so-called pilgrims, pioneers, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call them. They decided they're going to get on their little boats, come over here to this part of the world, set up shop, and in the process of them setting up shop, you already know, they had to eradicate the natives of this land. The common people know them as the Native Americans or the Indians or whatever. We call them indigenous people regardless, because that's what they are. Right? So they came, took them out, set up shop. 13 colonies is here now. Now they really wanted to sever their ties, so they went to war with England. They became what is known as independent. They became free. They became their own sovereign entity, right? But let's look up a couple words real quick. I want to point out a couple words, get some definitions or something, right? For example, freedom. What does freedom mean? The average black person today cannot tell you what that word means, less known apply the actual definition. So what does the word mean? A power or right to act, speak or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. That's what freedom is. Now ask yourself, family, can that word apply to you? It don't. Independence. The fact or state of being independent. Now what does independent mean? Not influenced or controlled by not influenced or controlled by others in matters of opinion or conduct or etc. In other words, your livelihood. Nobody else's thoughts, opinions, anything like that matters nor has an influence on your life as a day-to-day as an African. You know what I'm saying? You're free to do what you do without judgment, without ridicule, without any type of persecution. That's freedom. Now again, I ask, black people, can you apply that word to our living in America, in the West? You can't. It don't add up. Because at the end of the day, there's always somebody controlling what you do. The job that you work on. They control your dollars. They control them taxes. They raise them up so you can't pay them. You know what I'm saying? They cut us short. Meanwhile, these jobs that we working for, it doesn't better us as a people. Yeah, it may pay the bills. Yeah, it may sustain you on a financial for the time, you know what I'm saying, for the time being. But what is it doing as a people? Anything that we do out here, how does it sustain us as a people? From the religion, from the social politics, you know what I'm saying? From going to your local corner store. How does it empower us as a people? Or does it have a stronger hold on us as a people to the point where we just do things and don't even realize the ramifications that come after? We don't realize the consequences that come from it. We do it because things are just, it is what it is. It's been forced on us so long, so harsh, we accept it and embrace it and tolerate it as our own, which is stupid. All right, so let's get into some facts here, man. July 4th, again, 1776, 238 years ago. The United States of America was declared a free sovereign nation, detached from the state of England, state of Britain. But if you look like me, walk like me, talk like me, right? You should know, if you do your homework, that us as African people, we were still kept in them chains. We were still in physical bondage. Chattel slavery, if you will. Now don't get it twisted for one moment. Slavery has not ended. We'll get to that in a minute. But we were still in the depths of them, you know what I'm saying, of that physical stronghold, that the system of racism, white supremacy, by way of the Europeans. You know what I'm saying? We were under that severe suppression by way of force back then, right? It wasn't up until about 1865, 1870, where some sort of legislation was passed for black folks where they could have on paper, on the books, we're moving forward. We're out of slavery. They got it on paper, but we already know the liberty didn't add up to what the paper said. Now, everybody's heard of the Declaration of Independence, right? The famous document that was written up by the so-called forefathers of this land and yada, 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 yada. Right? I'm going to read this little small portion, which was from these are the words of Thomas Jefferson, and they go as follows. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. That they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Quote, Thomas Jefferson. Right? Now again, earlier, I threw out some words with definitions. Freedom, independence, and independent. Right? And what those words mean. With also within that same document, that same Declaration of Independence, when they were describing who are these people that would be created equal and seen as equal and all this other good stuff, black folks don't even realize that we were left out the picture altogether. Because if you do your homework, you read these documents, you will see that they saw you as less than human, brothers, sisters, youngins, elders. You were not considered human in the eyes of Europeans, in the eyes of racism, white supremacy. You're not. They considered you 3/5 of a human. So, when the phrase, all men are created equal, if you were 3/5 of a human, do you really think they considered your ass equal to them? You really think they considered you free? You really think that in the eyes of the Creator, in their perspective rather, that you were seen on the same playing field as them? You're not. You wasn't, and you're not today, family. You have to take this into consideration. Period, point blank. Now I understand. Yes, you may think we live in a post-racial society. You may think times have changed and gotten better. But family, let me tell you, you have been fooled. You have been duped, bamboozled, hoodwinked, all those words, all of that. We got to be able to face that, man. A fact is a fact, family. We were still slaves. We were not seen as men or women. We're subhuman. So this is what justified their treatment toward us, their actions toward us. And not for nothing, it also justified our reaction or lack thereof to the same shit that's going on. Our passiveness. It justifies it. It's an unfortunate justification, but when you sit back and tolerate for so long, injustice after injustice after injustice after injustice, to the point where it's like, it is what it is, man. I don't even, you know what I'm saying, family? I don't know what to do no more. I'm going to just live it like it is what it is. You've given up, you've become a victim, and you become a embracive victim. You've embraced the shit. Let's be real, family. A lot of our family have embraced the hells that we're in to the point where they don't even see it. They're immune to it. But folks like me is here to wake y'all up, man. You gotta realize what it is, what it is. Historical fact for historical fact. Face it, embrace it, apply the positives, and again, move on. That's the only way we're gonna be able to do it. So again, you were seen as subhuman in their eyes. So they came up with these words, justified it, and backed it up by their force. Now there was 56 people that signed this document, the Declaration of Independence. 56, right? Out of those 56, 1/3 up to 1/2 of those men that signed this paper, this document, they were all slave owners. About half of these men were slave owners. Thomas Jefferson kept his slave indefinitely. Again, this is the same one that just said, as I just read, all men are created equal. ... But yet he's owning slaves. Where's the equality? Where's the balance? Where's the justice? Are you starting to, are the wheels turning yet, family? Are you starting to get it? All right, let's move on. Like I'm saying, this day does not represent us as a people by far on any level, because again, you were still kept in physical shadow slavery. Today it's mental. Today it's psychological. Today it's social. Back then, it was the chains, it was the shackles, it was the whips and all of that stuff. Now it's the mind games. Now it's the economic games. Now it's the employment and education games, the police games, so on and so on and so on. These are the times that we're living in now. The year may have changed, but activities are the same, mindsets are the same. Ours may have gotten worse over time. Others have way superseded where we're at. We're losing right now, family. Let's be real. So again, what are we as a people supposed to be sitting here celebrating when we're losing right now? Our people are losing in society. Yes, it's a harsh fact to throw out, but it's true. We have to be able to look at that for what it is. We're losing, family. Once you realize, you feel what I'm saying? Like any addict, once you realize your problem, that's the first step. That's the greatest step. Acknowledging that you have a problem. Acknowledging the fact that our people are addicted to racism, white supremacy, and don't even know it. 4th of July, Independence Day, celebration of freedom, liberty, and all this other stuff that your people do not have. So what are you celebrating? Now, I have no problem with our family getting together and hooking up and building, you know what I'm saying, on a communion level as a family. Because we're supposed to do that. We don't do that enough. So I understand that part. Get together, eat some food or whatever. That's cool. I ain't got no issue with that. But I do have an issue with this. Why are you only doing it when somebody tells you to do it? When some so-called holiday comes around, that's the only time you want to get together with your family. That's the only time you want to build with your family. That's just not, that ain't the way, man. That's propaganda. It's programming. That's what I mean while we're addicted to racism, white supremacy. We do things without even knowing them. We don't do things without even knowing it. But it's just everyday life. It is what it is. Right? So again, I have no problem with the family getting together, but you got to understand exactly what context or what banner is being upheld as this time of celebration. Today, again, is July 4th. Our people out here are getting together, they're doing the barbecue things and, you know, whatever. Again, cool, but they're doing it under a racist banner. They're doing it under an oppressive banner. They're doing it under a banner that don't represent you. You got to take this into consideration, family. Is that important? Again, once you face a fact for a fact, you have no more excuses, family. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. They call us the age of information. You already know. Anybody that knows me, it's the age of ignorance out here because we choose to be blind to these facts. So let's get back into this. The Emancipation Proclamation, right? That came out January 1st, 1863. And this is looked at as, in the eyes of our people, right? Because what's his name? Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln. He was thrown at us in such a way like he was supposed to be the savior figure for our people. Just like Clinton was supposed to be the savior for black people. Just like Obama was supposed to be the savior for black people. Clinton was thrown at us way back then, right? Now this was supposed to be, in my opinion, this was basically a work release program because under misconception, folks think that the Emancipation Proclamation was a law or bill or whatever you want to call it that was put into effect that freed the slaves. It freed the Africans. Wrong, false. It was a work release program. Civil War was on the brink. North versus South. The Union versus the Confederate, right? And basically, the North, you know what I'm saying, up here in the North, whatever, was industries. Industries, factories, all that good stuff that was booming, that was being established, right? South, you already know how it was. It was slavery. That's how they made their money. That was their big business. That was their money. How you doing, Elder? Peace. That was how they made their money. Slavery. They went to war because the North, the Union, they wanted to end it. It wasn't really doing nothing for them up there. It wasn't affecting their pockets in a positive they wanted to because they had all the industries booming in this, that, and the third. The South wasn't having it. They was not trying to let go of their slaves. They was not trying to let go of their African laborers because that's what brought in their bread. So war, chaos came about. The Union proposed. He said, "Dig it. We gonna free y'all. We gonna let y'all free." And the first time, of course, we hear that word. Oh, we go crazy. Yes, we up out of here. We off this. Just like any job, you get off the clock or whatever. You happy to get off the clock. You up out of there. But it was a tricky word behind it. It was some tricky shit behind it. They so-called freed us, but in order for you to be, you know what I'm saying, to get this freedom, to get this pardon, you had to get down with the Union Army to go against the Confederates. Work release program, family. Think about it. They got them through any prisons. Work release programs. We gonna let you off, but you gotta do this bid for us real quick. You just got finished doing a bid. Slavery. You just got finished being a slave, a physical slave, but now they're gonna give you another bid, again, in their benefit. No benefit to you. But happy Independence Day. So again, the Emancipation Proclamation was basically, it was a work release program so they can build up their armies to go against another army, the Confederates, to shut down this chattel slavery or whatever and establish the Union, so to speak, right? But it did not free the slaves. Ex-slaves were not allowed to be citizens. And again, it only applied once you completed your bid in that military. It was a business deal, family. Have you not noticed that any business that's going on around us right now all thrives off the sweat of our backs? Come on, family. Again, what the hell are you celebrating on some July 4th? Freedom and independence. There is none for the black man and the black woman and the black child in America and the West today. Not right now, because we haven't fought for it. You want to be free? You got to fight for it. On any and every level, family. You got to fight for it. You have to. So from 1776 to 2014, right? What are black people doing? What are we doing besides further establishing everybody else? Further deteriorating ourselves? Like this even as I'm doing this video right now, it's bothering me, family, because again, our people are so wrapped up in this society, so wrapped up in any and everything else. We exclude ourselves, almost like second nature. because we've been bred to do that. We've been bred to do that. From the very first African that was born on these shores, we have been bred to go against our own and embrace everything else with the quickness. And if you don't embrace everything else, then you're really going to be looked at as the bad guy. We already the bad ones out here as it is. You know what I'm saying? But we have to really take into deep consideration historical fact for what it is. That's the only way. Out of all the disciplines of study, family, history is best qualified to reward all research. All research. Period. You gotta face historical facts. Historical facts state that this day don't represent us. It's not for us. Never has been. But the day hasn't, you know what I'm saying? It's not over for us, family. And I don't mean just the day, but the day as in our life. It's not over for us, family. We can do this. We can wage our own change, our own freedom, our own liberation, if we want to. It starts with the mind. It starts with the heart. You have to have the fight, the burn, the urge to want to be free. Now, folks may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm about to say it anyway. You got to give credit where credit is due. Them Europeans wanted to get free. They broke off. They did what they did. They got their freedom. They got their sovereignty. They established them. And they've been running and thriving ever since. Granted, yes, they've been thriving off of our backs. But at the end of the day, they came up with a game plan, a strategy. They went through their trial and error. They mapped out their battle plan and they executed. You can't really get mad at that. Yes, we can get mad at what happened. Yes, we can get mad at the consequences that were brought down upon us. I understand that. No problem. We can get that. We have that right. But we have no right to sit around and just being freaking victims, yo. I'm tired of my people being victims, man. We got to be able to wake up, realize, and embrace facts for what it is. Stop being scared to embrace a fact. Because at the end of the day, that turns around and makes us look like a punkish people. And I'll be damned. I do not come from punkish stock. So, family, I need y'all to get on some act right out here, man. For real. Wake up to what's going on. Stop being followers and subjects to these different so-called holidays and customs and traditions that have nothing to do with us. I don't give a damn if it's July 4th, Valentine's Day, Easter Bunny Day, Christmas, this one, that one. It doesn't matter. It don't got nothing to do with us. It never has, period, point blank. It don't do nothing but make our minds warped even more, further deteriorate our economic status. Think about it. Look at today, right? July 4th. Or from all this week, supermarkets, I guarantee you, have been on a rampage. Everybody's been spending mad money, mad bread, mad guap at the grocery store, at the meat markets, and all this other stuff for one day, for a barbecue for basically for one day. Now think about it, right? All the bread that you spend, right? All the food that's being cooked. You know how many lives can be affected by that? How many less fortunate people we could feed with that food? Cause let's be real, that food it's gonna sit in your fridge after today for about the next 3 to 4 days, maybe a week or so. You know how black people do. They have barbecue food for about a week in their fridge. Let's be real. Let's be real. You know how many families we could possibly feed? How many less fortunates we could reach out to? I don't know about y'all, but the homeless issue in New York is crazy. And they hungry out here. I do my part. I'll do what I can. You feel what I'm saying? But on a mass scale, we can do a whole lot better. In other words, basically what I'm saying is we got all this effort, all this energy, all these financial resources when it comes to these different holidays and these different social, political gatherings or whatever, because it's all politics. You have to be clear on that. It's all politics. We can do this for everything that has nothing to do with us. But when it comes down to taking care of the black family, taking care of the black home, the black community, it's crickets out here. That's some bullshit, family. That's some bullshit, and y'all know it, man. So basically, all I'm saying is this, man. July 4th wasn't for us. From 1776 to 2014 to 2015 and so on and beyond. It's not for us, man. We got to be able to understand that. July 4th is not for us. It's a regular old day. Today is a regular old Friday for me. My same old schedule. I'm up, talking to my family real quick, building what's up. I got to pay the bills, so I'm going to work later. Come home, relax for the evening, and call it a day. Get up Saturday and relax all my weekend. Today means nothing to me. It's Friday. It means nothing to me. And I do hope and pray, family, that after y'all start to do your homework, after you start to do your research or whatever, this day will also lose its significance with you. Right? I really do. I hope days like this will start to lose its significance with the family, man. And the significance of us as a people, where we come from, what we've been through, and where we can go. I hope that significantly affects you. I hope that marinates on your brain. I hope that burns your soul. That's the key right there, family. We have to be able to do that. Look at the past, strategize in the present, plan for the future. That's it. That's it. Everybody's running around screaming revolution, freedom fighting, and this, that, and the third, but you celebrate Independence Day. Until it's a black Independence Day, I don't want to hear that coming from the black family, straight up and down. It's just like that. I don't care what you want to say, how you want to come at my head about this, makes no difference to me, because I stand on what I say, and that's real. Until there's a black Independence Day, there's no freedom for the black man and the black woman and the black child in the West. Until we have earned the right by way of trial and error, sweat, blood, and tears, effort, hard work, until we have earned that right by going through those rites of passages, don't say shit about no damn freedom. Don't say shit about no liberation. Don't say shit about we are moving up. We good now. I don't want to hear it, because you're lying to yourself, you're lying to your people. You feel what I'm saying? And do not lie to these babies out here, man. Tell them what's real. Don't have them walking around here being no star-spangled fools because you chose to be, family. Tell these babies the truth. Don't let them go through what we mentally went through. You feel me? Teach these babies the damn truth. You are not free until you fight for your freedom. On all levels. Mental, social, political, economical, spiritual/religious. Until you're free on all them levels, you ain't free. You just under the good old red, white, and blue banner that they got above your head because you refuse to take it down. This is my banner right here, baby. This is my banner. Uhuru. This is what we working for. RANM. We build a nation movement, and the movement is all with the people. That's the movement. We trying to rebuild us as a nation, family. This is the liberation that we want. Uhuru. We want Uhuru. Until we get Uhuru, we ain't free. So I just wanted to just, you know what I'm saying, just get my views and opinions on it, along with some little historical facts or whatever. I had to, man. I've been leading up to this day, what I was gonna say to the family for a good couple weeks now, man. Because I already know what the day was gonna be like. I already know what the family's gonna do. I already know what where the minds of the people is at already. But you already know me. I gotta come with something real, because that's how I'm built. So there it is, family. July 4th. They lying to you. We got the truth, though. The truth is within you. You're gonna be brave enough, bold enough, and tough enough to go within yourself, search yourself, and find yourself. Only you know the answer to that question. Only you. With that being said, family, red, white, and blue ain't never did nothing for you, family. Need to rally around some red, black, and green. Get on some act right, family. I live by my RBG code of conduct, family. I wish the family would out there too, man. We ain't false flagging out here. Ain't no red, white, and blue today for me, man. It's all about that RBG. That red, black, and green, family. Feel what I'm saying? So on that note, family, it's your brother Dawood Abdullah, RANM, coming at you live one more time. This little thought on my mind. Peace and love to all. Black love, you already know, is the cure for the black nation, family. Let's get it. Let's stop bullshitting. Let's get up off our ass. Let's do something, man. You want to cry freedom? Then fight for your freedom on all levels. Then you can scream it out, shout it out, dance it out, all you want. Nice, long, strong, and proud. Because you'll be able to say that you earned it. But we ain't get to that point yet, family. So let's start working on our earnest, you know what I'm saying, our earnest ability. Let's start working on that. Alright? That being said, family, Black Power, do what you do. It's just a regular old Friday, family. Peace.